I'm back, YouTube. I am back and ready to talk. I stayed up so late last night. My mind was going crazy. This book I just found out about. And so I had one perception after I watched the interview on the crime YouTuber channel, and I thought very highly of this author, and I thought it was awesome that she was unbiased and that she was just reporting the truth, and I got a good feeling from her and everything. And then bam, other YouTubers totally discredited her, showed me some text messages that she was sending to Chris's sister, and then it just all didn't make sense anymore. And so I don't know what to believe. Do we believe the author? Do we believe Chris for the third time? Do we believe a book that was helped Jen and Shannon, I believe, helped write it? Who are those people? And I know that some of you know who they are, so please help me understand, how did their input get into the book? And so she says that she didn't do this for money, that she did it to get the truth out there. But, you know, that is really hard to believe. And the truth was already out there if you read the discovery reports. And so I'm going to touch base on a couple of things that I have always wondered about and see what you think. So first and foremost is, a lot of people don't understand why Shanann did not fight back. Well, I can help you with that. I was in a very bad domestically violent relationship, and it was my birthday, and he decided to take me to Gatlinburg. It was my husband. And I don't know what I did in Gatlinburg, but I did something to upset him. And so before I knew it, I was on the floor. He was on top of me. His bottom was here, okay? And one knee was here and one knee was here. So I was completely pinned down, okay? His knees are running down my arms and his legs. And he's on top of me, slapping me in the face, and I could not do anything. I could not move. I could barely breathe. And so she couldn't. And even Chris admits in the book, allegedly, that she didn't fight back because she couldn't. And that's all he says. So he also says that he thinks that God was giving him another chance whenever he thought he killed the girls, and then they woke back up. And so for him to just completely disregard that and to go kill them again, his words, he killed them twice, he says, was just unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable. And now I am more skeptical before I read this book than I ever was before. So it's hard to know who to believe, okay? We've caught Chris in thousands of lies. If these other YouTubers are right about Cheryl, then she's been caught in lies, because the text messages that she allegedly sent to Chris's sister said that she was going to take the proceeds of the book, even though we all know he can't make any money on it. That she was going to take it and try to get him another lawyer. And you can go to J is for Justice and watch those videos of where they expose the author's texts. So that's where I got that information. I watched Scott's interview with the author yesterday, and I watched a whole hour and a half of it. And afterwards I was like, oh yes, great. Finally an unbiased opinion. And I went straight to Walmart to buy the book, and of course they don't have it. They only have it on demand. So basically every time the book is ordered, it is printed on demand. So if there's not a demand for it, this publisher doesn't print it. And so that was another issue. There was an issue with the shipping, but it's all been figured out. It was because that the author used a smaller publisher than, the big ones that we all use. So at first, people thought it was a scam, but it's absolutely not a scam. I did go to Barnes & Noble. I paid $19 for the book, and they said that they would send me an email when it got here. Okay, so This book is supposed to give us truth and to clear things up, and really it has just made a mess of everything for me, and I don't know what to believe. I do know that when the FBI came to speak to Chris, that he said "we" a few times when he was talking about the morning of the murders. So that made me question if someone was there. But am I going to rally around and say Nicole needs to be charged? No, because the police don't have enough evidence to charge her. No matter how much we all believe that she had something to do with it, there is not enough evidence to take her to court. So there is speculation that she's in the witness protection program. A lot of people don't believe that either. There is speculation that she's this Laurel girl that is riding Chris from Hawaii. There's speculation that she's going to be writing a book too. And it's just, there's speculation that Cindy has a book. There's speculation that the Ruseks have a book. So you just can't believe everything you hear. And what I ask you to do is to go on this journey with me. I will give you the exact facts out of the book without reading the book directly to you because it's not my copyrighted material. But we're going to go through it and we're going to get our own opinion. And anytime I see Cheryl somewhere, I will direct you there so you can get your own opinion. I just listened to her on Critical K, which is not my favorite lady because she used to badmouth Shanann so bad. She had a vengeance to Shanann. So nowadays you don't hear that in the way that she talks. But I was with Kay in the very beginning when she was just ugly about a dead person and these beautiful babies. So I just know that there's so many facts that don't add up. There's so much speculation out here. You don't know what to believe. And so it's really, really hard to figure it out. And it's came out that there was some dark stuff that went on at Nicole Kessinger's house and her big secret about Jim. I want to know about that. There's this so-called audio out that's saying, even though Chris said in the book that he would take it to his grave, who gave him the oxy, there's this audio out that has been leaked that evidently is Chris on the phone saying that the oxy came from the medicine bin that's in the basement that we all saw in the body cam videos. So I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I can't 100% say who gave it to him, but I have an idea. And she was researching when he went to North Carolina. She called him and then she researched a rehab and then she called him again. So something's not adding up there and we'll probably never know the truth. That's the problem, is we'll never know the truth. And also the fact that Chris got upset that people didn't want him to have the pictures of his victims in his cell. Well, I know that's your family, but first and foremost, they are your victims. So that would be morbid if we let Charles Manson have pictures of all the people he killed, or Ted Bundy, or, you know what I mean? It's just not, it's not normal. And for him to get upset that we're upset is not normal either. So he is seeming to taking a liking to prison. He has so many fans writing him in prison. He has so many people calling him. He has to schedule out his phone calls and writing people. And so I personally am obsessed with this case because I'm from North Carolina. I moved to Frederick, Colorado. I lived in Frederick, Colorado with my abusive husband for 2 years. And I ended up coming back to North Carolina and leaving him. So it is very close to home, and he could have killed me many of times by strangulation. There were times that I passed out because he choked me out. And so I empathize with Shanann, and I'm a control freak too. I control relationships. I control my environment. I used to sell Thrive, and it was the best thing you could ever tell me about, and I posted about it all the time, and I shoved it down people's throats, and I told people they needed it, and I sent out samples. I spent thousands of dollars on these samples, sending them out to people because one day was $5. So it was $5 a day. So if you give somebody 2 days worth of Thrive, it's a $10 sample. And so it was just crazy. I got sucked in. It was like a cult. And 100% when this happened, I was like, oh my, this has way too many similarities to me. And so I want to get to the bottom of it. And the second I seen him on the porch in Colorado, I knew he was guilty. Then it confirmed that he was guilty when he went to the next door neighbors, and he said that there was footage of him leaving the house on that TV, but yet he kept turning around and not watching the TV. Had he really been concerned about where Shanann and the girls were, he would have been mean mugging that TV to see any little fragment of evidence. But he was nervous and he was scared and he wanted to get the F out of there. So that is just it. He wasn't sure that if he was seen on it or not. And he also, I don't know why he goes above and beyond for the morbidness. Like, why did he have to put in the book that, and I haven't read the book yet, I don't have it yet, but this is what I'm being told. Why did he have to put it in the book that he didn't dig the grave deep enough, that he put her in there and she fell face first and he didn't want to flip her around? Why did he have to say that she relieved herself? Why did he have to say that she had given birth when he put her in the shallow coffin? Why did he have to say that the girls looked like they had been through trauma when they got up? Why did you let them see that? Why did you let them see you dragging her down the stairs? You slipped. I mean, I can't imagine what was going through that little girl's mind when she saw all this. And to just wake up and know that Daddy had put a pillow over our faces earlier, it's just major, major confusion, and I can't even wrap my mind around it. I can't. It brain boggles me. At first, I thought maybe he was staying up too much and he had sleep deprivation and the Thrive was making him crazy, but that's not true, or other people would be that way. I thought that maybe Nicole had pressured him into doing it, gave him an ultimatum and said he had to do it. I never in a million years thought that it happened the way that he is saying it happened in this book. Do I believe him? I don't know. I need more evidence. I need more information. I cannot come to a conclusion, whereas I did before. I came to a conclusion. But it's been skewed since then, and I've been given so much more information, and I just don't know what to do with it all. And we all know that Nicole Kessinger went to the cops, but come to find out, she went to the cops 2 hours after her boss had called the cops and said that they were corresponding back and forth through email. So she knew she was caught. And the whole secrecy with Jim, and I just need some answers, and I will be ready for Nicole's book. You know, whether it will be true or not, I guarantee you with her Googling what she Googled about Amber Fry, that she's thinking about it. And knowing that she has to stay, down low and not be able to go do her oil jobs or whatever that she's used to, then she's going to be hurting for money at some point. And I guarantee you that her book is next. And her book is, I destroyed people's lives and I did not care about anyone but myself. That's what the title of her book is. So for her to say that she did not know that that Chris was married is total bullcrap, because she was Googling Shanann a year before her and Chris started talking. And then she just happens to start working at this job 6 months later after she Googles Shanann. So, I mean, maybe she was stalking her. Maybe she seen her selling Thrive through a friend. And, I mean, Frederick is not that big. Longmont is beside of it, and Longmont's not that big. And I've lived in Longmont. I've lived in Frederick. I've lived in Loveland. I've lived in Bailey, Colorado. I've lived in, what's the other one where CU is? Oh, I'm drawing a blank. B. Oh my gosh. It's got the outdoor mall. I cannot believe that I am drawing a blank. My ex-husband used to own a bar there called Club 101. Anyway, you all know what I'm talking about. It's got the beautiful outdoor mall and the mountains on the foothills. And so it's right outside of Longmont, past Nineveh, I think it's called. So anyway, she had to... There's more to that story. There's no way you're going to be Googling Shanann a year before you start dating her husband and you have no idea that that's who he's married to. She knew that he was pregnant. That is a bunch of crap too. He also said that he tried to give her Oxy twice. She said in the beginning of the book, but then later he told her that he only gave it to her once while they were in North Carolina. And so there's a lot of speculation about that. And so if he was able to do that day, and he's been planning this out for 3 weeks, then there's no telling what else he tried to do. He tried to kill the girls and they didn't die. And so how do we know that he didn't try before that? And the whole doll thing, his mom is trying to say that she sent that picture, but Chris has confessed that he took the picture and sent it to Shanann because he thought it was funny. But he also told the same author that he had been planning the murder for 3 weeks. So why is he giving a total different story to the FBI that he gave the author? He says that he didn't have time, that the FBI surprised him, and so he really didn't have time to think about his answers, and so he just said what he could. And that he was mad that they were there. He was upset that they had promised him that this was between them, and he didn't know that it was going to get all leaked out. And so he did also say that Nicole had a crazy control over him, and that he felt dark the whole time, and that he loved her, and that was the whole reason why he did this, is so he could be with her. And he was going to kill Shanann and then kill the girls later. And so his story has changed 1,000 times. I don't even know what to believe anymore. All these people keep coming out of the woodworks, Mel and Shannon and all these people that say they know, but in all actuality, nobody knows but Chris. So I'm going to get the book. I'm going to read it because I'm just excited. I've heard that there's lots of grammar errors. I've heard that this is her first book and that there's a lot of run-on sentences and that she's only wrote little articles before this. And so I guess we will find out. I'm just waiting on that email from Barnes & Noble. I went yesterday, which was Tuesday, so we're going to see how long it takes to actually get this book to Barnes & Noble. They said they don't keep it on the shelves, that when a book is on demand, it is printed when you order it. So we shall see. I'm super excited about it. I have been looking for places for the ebook, so let me know if y'all know where to get that. And let me know what you think about all this, and whether or not you believe the book, whether or not you believe the author, whether you not believe the other YouTubers that were posting the author's text saying that she's shady. I do know that she baited the family, and whether her intentions were good or not, she did bait the family by telling them what they wanted to hear to get them to open up to her. And when they did, she just took portions of what she needed and she wrote it in her own narrative. She even admitted that Cindy and Jamie got upset because they couldn't control the narrative of the book. And so she might not be as transparent as I thought she was. The jury is still out for me. I don't know what I feel yet. I want to read the book. I want to find out more information. And we might just even get crazy and write Chris. I said that I wouldn't before, but I mean, you just never know. I'm curious to see if he would even write me back. So I may do that. I may not. If you guys know the address, let me know in the comments section. If not, I will research it. But yes, if you watch the 1.5-hour interview with the author, Scott, then you must go and watch J is for Justice text messages that were exposed that are evidently from Sherilyn and Jamie. So there you have it. let me know what you think, and what are some of the things that I might have missed, and just... Oh, he also said that Bella had a fight in her, that it surprised him that out of all of them, the only one that fought back was Bella, and that those words would ring over in his head for the rest of his life: "No, Daddy, no." So, and he also told the detectives that she said, "Daddy, are you going to do to me what you did to Cece?" And so I just don't know what to believe. His details are crazy, and they're more and more each time, and I'm wondering if he's going mentally insane in his cell and just coming up with whatever. I don't know, but this whole thing needs some answers. I need some answers. I can't stop until I get some form of answers. So this book was supposed to give me closure. We will see. Bye.